All right, hey guys. Bill back for another of my daily videos, and today I'm gonna be focusing on ear protection. So I have a larger family. We've got 6 kids here. So between the 8 people in my immediate family, we tend to need quite a few sets of ear protection, and because of that, I have collected quite a few different brands, different kinds, and I'm going to tell you what my personal favorite is. Although again, like, it is just ear protection. I think at the end of the day, if you're spending a lot of time, you're probably going to get something really nice. If not, you may just get something cheap, and that's probably just fine. Okay, so without further ado, let's start right at the top. I'm going in least useful to most useful. So just full disclosure, it's my preference, and maybe it'll surprise you here. All right, so the first one is the Work Tunes by 3M. These are great looking. I really like the way they look. I think they're really slick. These have a Bluetooth pairing, and see there's just one button, so it's really simple. Uses a micro USB to charge, and then you can listen to Bluetooth like on your phone. I will say there's no active noise canceling. It's just an earmuff with a little speaker in there. So you can't hear super well unless you crank it all the way up, and then obviously you don't want it to be too loud. So I'm a big fan of audiobooks. Like when I'm out doing something like mowing the lawn, doing something a little bit more mindless, I like to listen to audiobook or a podcast. And so for me, even jacked up all the way, I still cannot hear what they're saying. So I like this. It works really well, and I will say my wife likes it much more than I do. This is her go-to. So it makes me think that it probably has a little something to do with the ear cup size as well as just like what you like to listen to. So if you have smaller ears, you can see the ear cups on this. I think that it's more of an on-ear than an around-ear, if that makes sense. So on-ear, around-ear. This is more of an on-ear. I would say if you have smaller ears, it works. I have these huge ears. But anyway, yeah, I think it works pretty well for what it is. I like it. It's definitely like not cheap or the cheapest one or the worst one you could buy. So it's pretty solid, but of the 3 that I'm showing you today, it's my least favorite, ironically. All right, number 2 is the Dr. Meters from Amazon. I actually got these for the kids, and the kids primarily use them, but if I can't find my main Big Daddies, this is what I'm gonna grab. A couple things about these. They are lower profile, so they're just a little thinner. You can get them in different colors, so don't sweat it that I got these obnoxious screens. Couple things. It actually has, ironically, even though it's lower profile, it has a little more space for your ear, and it looks like the footprint's a little bigger too. So it does transition to more of an around ear instead of sitting on your ear. And the reason why I like an around ear feel is because if you've got ear protection on for an hour, 2 hours, it starts to, something that's sitting on top of your ear starts to press, and it just hurts. And then eventually you need to either take a break or get something else. And so for me, that kind of fit and like how it sits right there on your ear matters a lot, especially if you're doing something more than just 10, 15 minutes. These are great. They're really inexpensive. I don't have the noise reduction rating handy, but it was very solid compared to numerous products out there on Amazon. I do think the headband's a little cheap, which is not my favorite, and then it gets flipped. Actually, no. Well, if it's pulled out all the way, it gets flipped sometimes. So the kids just have a little trouble like getting it situated. All things considered, it folds up nicely. It's a nice little package. It was really inexpensive. I think it's a pretty good value, and definitely what I would recommend if you're not wearing these with any level of regularity. You just need to have it for when you need it. I'd say these are pretty awesome and well worth your money. I think it was a 3-pack too, so I've got a few of them floating around. Okay. My absolute favorite, and I will say this is a runaway favorite for me, it's not even close, are the Peltor Sports that I did also get off Amazon. You can see a theme here. They're made by 3M. This headband is just nice. It's actually probably not as nice as the Work Tunes one. You can see this has like a really nice finish inside and all that good stuff. It's obviously not leather. It's made for outdoor and kind of hard work. But this has a rubbery finish. It's got holes here so it can breathe, which I actually like better. So it's not as nice, but it's more functional for what I need. This housing looks a little flimsy, but I've never had an issue with it. These things stick out so wide. You can see here, they are enormous. But what I like is that they, especially with somebody who has a little bit larger of an ear, they almost don't touch my ear at all. So I can put these on, nothing, it's completely around my ear, nothing is even lightly touching my ear, and they are just deep in there. I don't know if you can see how deep it is there, but it is just like, yeah, it is so deep that nothing, that your ear is actually just encapsulated without being touched. Super cool. And then they do a great job reducing the noise. But for me, if you want to listen to music or an audiobook, which I think has even a higher standard of performance, you don't want something that's going to be pushing on your ear. If you have an earbud in and then you have something pushing, it's going to hurt very quickly, or it's just going to knock the earbud out. Imagine you're sweaty, it's hot, it's steamy in there, and the earbud's just going to slide out. So what I do is I use a real minimalist pair of noise canceling earbuds. Here I've got the Galaxy Bud 2 Pros. Yeah, they were on sale at Costco. So I use something like this, right? Throw it on with the noise canceling, which is great. You don't have to worry about running wires in and out of your ear protection. And then, I won't actually show you here, but when I do that, I throw the bud on, and then I throw the ear protection right over it, and it is just great. You can hear your audiobook super clear. You don't have to crank the volume up. I actually listen probably at like 30-40% of volume because I have the ear protection on. I'm sure that's like a no-no. I'm sure at like a true construction job site, that's not OSHA compliant and this and that, but it is great if you're just mowing the lawn and you don't really need to be super aware of what's around you. You're not damaging your hearing, nothing's pushing on you, and you've got really great sound quality. You've got the noise canceling on top of the passive canceling of these. So it's just a really nice configuration. Yeah, I would love to know if you guys have suggestions. Like, I'm not super brand loyal. Like, I just found all these kind of independently on Reddit and things like that. But if you guys like something, I've seen people use shooter earmuffs. I've seen people just use the big noise canceling cans in place of ear protection, which I'm always just a little leery of. But I don't know, maybe that works for you, and maybe that's totally safe. Like, I haven't done enough research. So yeah, tell me what you like to do, what you think is cool, and you can drop some knowledge on me, and hopefully I can level up too. All right, well, thanks for watching with me, and hopefully you got something useful out of this video, and we'll try to keep it rolling once a day. Thanks.